Yeah, go ahead.
And I present to you Jared.
If I could smoke fear away, I'd roll that motherfucker up and I'd take 2 puffs. I'm high now. When Kendrick Lamar said this, he means that everything that you want in life lives on the other side of fear. When I was 11 years old, I feared losing my mother to breast cancer. When I got to school the very next day, the kid sat here and said, how'd the boob job go? How'd it go? Did she die? I was also in my fears. I couldn't do anything but cry. In that moment, I was killed. All my tears had been spilled. I couldn't beat him, so I joined him as a bully come next year. Yeah, and so basically, I was so in fear of not being accepted by others that I began to do what others around me had done, even though I knew that wasn't me. I began to smoke, I began to drink from a very young age. I began to delve even further into a drug culture that I never thought I was going to be a part of. And it's because I was living in fear of everyone's reaction to my own self. I had to find out how to escape that because I didn't want to live in fear for the rest of my life, because that means I would be a shell of the man who I really am. I had to dig my way out of a deep depression to understand who I really am, who I am at my core, and what my true beliefs are. And now it's time for me to begin to spread that to the world. We cannot live in fear, because fear really is a shell of yourself. Fear is the negative thoughts that you have when you want to do something you really love. If I see a beautiful girl on the other side of the room and I want to go talk to her, fear is going to tell me, oh, no, you're not good enough for her. You're not attractive enough. She's not going to like you. And so if I don't go over there and talk to her, guess what? I'm never going to get her number. So guess what? Fear is going to be right. If you say you can, if you say you can't, you're right. And so I have to understand that it's no longer time for me to live in fear. If I could smoke fear away, I'd roll that motherfucker up and take 2 puffs, but it's not that easy. Now I understand that I am King Leon, I am Rich Boy J, and here's something I will always say. Real riches reside within the mind. Take a look inside. I promise you are the find.